Joe Biden hosted a town hall, or I should say CNN hosted a town hall where, Joe Biden uh, talked about how shitty his policies are. And one of those is he's in support of means testing student debt relief and only supports canceling 10,000 of it, even though with literally stroke of a fucking pen, he could cancel all 1.6 trillion in student loan debt that is held by the federal government of the U.S. And again, it's just another example of him being a complete neoliberal, corporatist piece of shit hack, as well as upholding racism and white supremacy because people of color have higher levels of student loan debt than white people. So again, it's not that surprising. But what about? I mean, did anybody really think we could push this fucking piece of shit to the left? I didn't have any illusions about that. Did you? So here he is being asked about his student loan debt cancellation.
I understand the impact of the debt, and it can be debilitating.
I don't think you fucking do, you piece of shit, or you would cancel it day fucking one. It's like, yeah, I feel your pain and empathetic, and yeah, I really know what you're going through right now, but I'm not going to really do anything of substance to help you. Joe Biden.
And I think there's a whole question about what universities are doing. They don't need more skyboxes. What they need is more money invested in making. That's why I provide, for example, $80 billion, $70 billion over 10 years for HBCUs, another minority serving
Okay,
university.
you know what would help those HBCUs and the students there, the students who graduated, those students of color, is that if you actually cancel their fucking student loan debt, which would help shrink the racial wealth gap, you corporatist piece of shit, racist, white supremacist.
Because they don't have the laboratories to be able to bring in those government contracts that can train people in cybersecurity or other future endeavors that pay well. But I do think that in this moment of economic pain and strain, that we should be eliminating interest on the debts that are accumulated.
Yeah, we'll eliminate the interest, but you're still going to be shackled with tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt once that moratorium on not having to pay the loans ends. Like that's fucking doing nothing.
Number one, and number two, I'm prepared to write off $10,000 debt.
Like, what the? You could literally cancel all of it. You do not care, and that is the exact reason the Democratic establishment propped him up, because they knew Joe Biden would maybe do these small little tweaks around the edges while not tackling these things from a systemic structural problem issue. It's fucking disgusting.
But not 50.
Mr. President, let me ask you.
Because I don't think I have the authority to do it.
Yeah, he actually does. He could cancel all of it. And he either knows that and is being intentionally obtuse, or he doesn't know that, which would be pretty surprising, I think. So there's a piece of shit, Joe Biden. Now let's here we go. So here is Bernie's former press secretary, Brianna Joy Gray, talking about how, stroke of a pen, if Bernie had been elected, would have canceled student loan debt. All of it.
This time with the new student debt cancellation plan that cancels all student debt. That's right, you heard me. All of it. If you refinance your debt, it's canceled. If your parents took out loans on your behalf, they're canceled. Are you yourself a parent with loans? Canceled. Are you on a low-income repayment plan? Your debt is canceled. A loan forgiveness plan? Canceled. Go to private college? Your debt is canceled. Public college? You too. It's canceled. Do you have grad school debt? That debt is canceled. Trade school debt? Canceled. Consolidated loans? Canceled. Canceled, canceled, canceled. All student debt is canceled.
pretty fucking simple. Biden could do that. He's obviously not going to. He's a big corporatist, white supremacist piece of shit. And what happened to all those libs, those Democratic apologists who are saying, yeah, we just got to get Biden in there. He's the lesser of two evils. We got to get the orange man out, and then we can push Biden left once elected. The motherfucker won't even cancel $50,000 in student loan debt. Okay, that would be a compromise, like meet it in the middle somewhat. Obviously, the correct position morally is to cancel all of it, and also be a form of targeted universality, meaning the people most negatively impacted by student loan debt would be the ones who would benefit the most by it being canceled. So, I mean, $50,000 would be a fucking compromise, and Joe Biden isn't even willing to do that. He's saying, well, $10,000 to some people if you qualify. It's fucking bullshit, but again, not surprising in the least.
Now, some folks have been asking me, why forgive everyone's debt? Well, universality is the most time-tested way.
There you go. So he could literally cancel all of it. He's choosing not to because he is a corporatist piece of shit who really doesn't care a whole lot about the working class of the United States. And then here we go. 80% of all student debt is held by those making less than $127K a year. Families making less than $60K a year took out 280% more student loan debt than families making over $100K. Women hold 2/3 of student loan debt, and black women hold more than anyone else. So it's a huge issue of racial and social justice. Canceling all of it would disproportionately benefit the most vulnerable and marginalized communities among us. 12 years after starting school, the median black student loan borrower owed more debt than they originally took out, and 21% have defaulted on their loans. 35% Latino loan borrowers who started college in 2003-4 defaulted on their loans. That's a pretty fucking high number. And again, one of the huge reasons why people aren't able to cancel their student loan debt because of the bankruptcy laws that Biden vociferously supported as a senator and helped get passed, so you can't actually declare bankruptcy and get rid of your student loan debt. You have Joe Biden to thank for that now, and you also have him to thank for not doing jack shit about the problem he helped fucking create. Again, he is a right-wing Republican. He is a moderate fucking Republican, for God's sakes. Seniors are the fastest growing group of student debt holders in the country. 40,000 seniors had their Social Security checks garnished to pay for student loans in 2016. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. It's Joe Biden. Where's all those people saying we could push him left? Here's AOC. Keep pushing, says AOC after Biden tells Nation, I will not cancel $50,000 in student loan debt. Okay. You think like saying that is that gonna fucking change anything? Like, you gotta really throw a lot of fucking monkey wrenches at this piece of shit to get him to do anything that's going to really help the working class and the most vulnerable and marginalized amongst. I mean, the motherfucker went back on the $2,000 checks quickly, and we haven't even heard about the $1,400 checks recently. Have you? Yep. So that's what we showed earlier. Says he doesn't want to forgive debts for borrowers from elite schools. Who the fuck cares what school they went to? The rich people, obviously they were able, the wealthy, the 1%, the capitalist class are able to pay for their kids' education at any school they want in the fucking country. So it wouldn't be helping them. It would be helping the people who need it the most. And it's not what Joe Biden's about. He's about means testing and giving you crumbs when you're fucking starving and haven't eaten in 2 weeks. That's fucking Joe Biden. 1.8 trillion, saddling more than 40 million Americans. So this is AOC. Who cares what school someone went to? Entire generations of working class kids were encouraged to go into more debt under the guise of elitism. This is wrong. Yeah, so Schumer and Warren were, the $50,000 cancellation. Let's see. Vanessa B., writer or editor at Current Affairs. If you came from a working class family, fought your way into Brown, but couldn't secure enough grants to avoid borrowing, Biden's got a foot to shove up your ass. Yes. Preach, Vanessa, preach. Yes. He's saying, well, I don't know if I can do it legally. It's not fucking true. But legal experts have said that the president clearly has authority to direct the Secretary of Education to cancel $50,000 student loan debt without congressional approval, a move that a majority of Americans support. And again, he could direct the Secretary of Education to cancel all 1.8 fucking trillion of it. You know how much that would benefit those 40 million people, especially communities of color and other vulnerable and marginalized folks? I mean, Jesus Christ. So there you fucking go. More complete dog shit coming out of the Biden administration, and we have a little less than 4 years of that, and so much for pushing this motherfucker left. I don't have a whole lot of hope for that. Do you? Leave your comments in the comment sections down below. Like the video if you like the damn video. Subscribe for more content. Peace. Much love. All part of the people.